Quote number 1. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. This means that a wise person is actually aware of the fact that what he or she knows will never be enough, and it is in fact very limited. He or she knows everything from one particular standpoint. This kind of person will always try to develop his or her thinking ability and understanding about different aspects of life. The limitation of a human being in reality is that he or she cannot store all the information and knowledge in the world into their minds. Computers can do that, but they can't think like human beings can. They can actually accumulate knowledge but cannot use or apply that knowledge. But humans can, and they should. One important thing to learn is that we should always be looking forward to questioning our beliefs and ideas so that we can find out the truth which is hidden somewhere between the words. Quote number 2. Let him that would move the world first move himself. This means that people who set out to change the world should actually first change themselves so that when they actually speak, they speak from experience. People are actually busy in changing other people's lives when their own life is in reality a mess. Another interpretation of this is that people learn from a person who is actually not experienced himself or herself in the particular field that they want to excel in. How would a person who himself or herself knows nothing teach you anything? One learning from this is that we should learn from a person who is an expert in the field we want to be better in. Quote number 3. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. This actually means that it does not matter whether a person lives for 30 years or 90 years. What matters is what the person actually did in those years. People remember only the person who did something extraordinary or something beyond imagination. A person should lead a kind of life that is inspiration for other people so that people can actually learn from that. This means that the person should pursue a field that he or she is most passionate about and does his or her work with complete honesty and commitment. Quote number 4. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. This means that we should invest our time learning from other people who have spent their entire life working on that particular thing. Doing this can save us a lot of time and unnecessary effort. Even you do a lot of effort and invest a lot of time, you won't be able to match the level of quality content that you can learn from people who have actually given their lives to come up with their writings. If you took a month to learn from someone who has invested 40 years to writing something, you are far superior than someone who struggled 24 hours to learn something for a month. Quote number 5. An honest man is always a child. This means that a person who always speaks the truth is actually like a child. Children are the purest beings on our planet. They never lie because they actually don't know how to lie. Similarly, a person who develops this kind of a habit is always honest in every area of life, whether it is with work, with relationships, or even with his or her own self. There is another quote on honesty: honesty is the best policy. This means that an honest person will always prosper in his or her life.